Evangelize while playing. A new paradigm of evangelism camp in the form of a game night was introduced on July 4th, Independence Day. A 4-week summer camp of Chodae Summer Korean School went on from June 21st to July 15th in person at church. This month, Reverend Ju visited 5 new homes of those who moved holding on to the covenant of 100 regional churches. Youth Remnant's Biblical Relationship class was held for 5 weeks. Good morning, church. This is Washington-Chodae News for July. 4th of July was an exuberant day at Washington-Chodae. Born of the idea and planning of our young adults who held to the pulpit message given the first week of June, the masterpieces and evangelists will leave behind. The game night commenced with the opening declaration and prayer by Senior Pastor Ju영규. After a month-long preparation and prayer for the purpose of bringing back the church members who have not been able to restore worship due to the prolonged COVID pandemic, the game night created a comfortable setting for everyone to step foot in. And thus an exciting new paradigm of evangelism camp was born. Each room was assigned to host board games, video games, and karaoke, and tasty burgers and barbecues went on the grill as July birthday celebrations and fireworks continued until late at night. Everyone at church, remnants and Chodae families, and prospective believers, and people from various countries alike had a great time. In particular, Diego's father and brothers visited us and opened their hearts to come join the in-person worship on Sunday, while Victoria's mother and sister also decided to join in the service and choir through this opportunity. Remnants confessing to have had so much fun at church, and a deacon asking if we could regularly hold such event evidently showed that it was a time of healing and joy to all. We are particularly grateful that all events, including games, meals, snacks, and fireworks, were made with the voluntary dedications of church officers and young adults. Now, with this game night evangelism camp as a springboard, we pray that we will be able to plan the 237 evangelism camp for the field and this age. This summer camp of Washington-Chodae Summer Korean School was held for a month from Monday, June 21st to Thursday, July 15th for the purpose of raising the remnants as the spiritual summits, skill summits, and cultural summits. 5 students, 3 teachers, and 1 teaching assistant took part in this first summer camp. Period 1 was a spiritual summit time for holding on to the 10 mysteries. Period 2, Hangul or Korean class, taught Hangul, the Korean language, so that the remnants can share the gospel in the language as summit leaders. Students who did not know the first thing about Korean could learn how to read and write by the end. In the third period, they learned the origins and recipes of Korean food, making kimchi, mandu, bingsu, and kimbap. They also experienced Korean culture through traditional dyeing, mask making, pinecone art, plays, and swimming. At the closing worship, Senior Pastor Ju영규 advised the students to affirm their identity as Korean Americans and alluded them to the fact that remnants who are bilingual and bicultural will become leaders of missions in the 5th industrial age. Also, addressing the rise of the popularity of Korea and Hangul, he shared that knowing Hangul could easily become a channel to reach out to the 237 nations and the 5,000 people groups because they can naturally spread the gospel by teaching it to those who seek to learn and to those whose language may not have an alphabet. 2 Catholic students, 2 Tarapang remnants, and a student who thought the Bible was a storybook coming together to listen to the Word, learn and experience Korean culture, all the while getting to know each other, being curious about the Word, and improving Korean skills is the evidence that anything is possible with God. Throughout the month spent crying, laughing, playing, fighting, and studying, it was God who taught and changed them. It should remind us all that sowing the seeds of the gospel is our job, and it is God's work to grow them despite hard and frustrating times showing no progress. We thank God for working with the students and teachers alike. The answer of the 100 regional churches is actually coming together through some of us who recently moved. Let's hear from Senior Deaconess Seo Gun-suk, who just moved to a new field, Manassas, and talk to her on her covenant journey.
갑자기 생각지도 안 하고 계획도 없었는데 메나세스로 이사를 하게 됐어요. 겉모양은 아들이 집을 사가지고 엄마를 모시고 간 건데 지나고 보니까 그게 다 하나님이 시작하셨더라고요. 이제 신방을 이제 목사님 모시고 신방을 받았는데 루디아 말씀을 주셔요. 근데 그 전에 또 목사님께 아니 다른 목사님들이 신방 오시면 항상 한 3번 정도 루디아 말씀만 주셨어요. 근데 그날따라 루디아 말씀을 주시는데 제 마음에 하나님이 나를 루디아로 보고 계시는구나. 그게 딱 닿으면서 정말 그 말씀 한 40분 하셨는데요. 한 토시도 안 놓치고 다 들었어요. 그래서 그걸 요약해서 내가 내 폰에 넣어놓고 매일매일 그걸 보면서 내가 하나님이 보시는 루디아가 되어야 되겠다. 그러면 루디아의 배경을 알아야 나의 배경을 가지고 그 길을 가는데 루디아의 배경은 바울과의 만남이었잖아요. 그리고 말씀을 사모하는 자고 여자 산후대이고 그러면서 그 지역을 살린 루디아인데 나의 배경으로 보면 내가 초대교회에서 주영규목사님과 만나고 예배와 교회에 섬기는 그런 여성 산업인으로서 그러면 초대교회에서 내가 정말 루디아적인 삶을 살아가야 되겠다라는 그런 언약이 잡아졌어요. 7월달에 계속 편집이라는 말씀이 나오는데 편집 단어는 아는데 정말 나에게 내가 그걸 어떻게 편집을 해서 나가야 되는지 그게 잘 안 되더라고요. 그런데 이제 신방하고 나를 루디아로 보시고 그러니까 다 잡히는 거예요. 그러면서 편집이 일단 시작했어요. 편집이 일단 시작됐고 그렇게 시작해서 가는 과정인데 여기서 더 이제 썰미도 되고 더 업그레이드 돼야 되겠죠. 그런 과정이 남아있을 뿐이지 정말 말씀을 사모하고 강단 말씀에 내가 마음에 담고 나는 어떻게 해야 되나 무엇을 해야 되나 하니까 하나님께서 다 이렇게 만들어 가시고 생각만 했는데 그 길로 인도해 가신다. 나는 진짜 아무것도 안 했어. 하나님께서 이렇게 해주시거든요. 그래서 지금도 나는 기도 제목은 아이들 나의 후대가 아들, 딸, 손자, 손녀가 워싱턴초대교회 한 줄을 차지하고 예배 보고 싶어요. 그게 내 기도 제목. 내가 메나사스 살릴 백지교회 지교회 살릴 주인공이다. 아멘.
There are several others who are led to a new region, field, and home within the word flow of the 100 regional churches. We look forward to the work of missions, evangelism, and God's kingdom that will come upon the field of our church members. We ask that you gather prayers and blessings for all Chodae Church members with a joyful heart. Remnant's Biblical Relationship School took place for 11 youth remnants for 5 weeks from June 22nd to July 22nd. Washington Chodae remnants and the remnants from other states and churches took the time to learn the biblical view of relationship with pastor's wife Ito Sheik and 4 other speakers. More detail will come in August, so stay tuned. We hope you enjoy what God has in store for you this month. That's our news today. We hope to see you every week, right here, until our next news arrives. But for now, I'm Alex Kim with Chodae News. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next month.